So I was just like, all right, let's see what he says. And I think he's like glib about it, and he says like, and as Galadriel Gil bosses her way through blah 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 blah. You know, and it's like, yeah, he's pretty glib about it, but it's like I don't understand how that's political. That is what she's doing.
Yeah. I don't think that one all. Okay, so the only skulls that I have on is the pinata, the dialogue, and the punch the prophet, which is basically like it plays a guitar riff if you smack him.
Okay.
But like I remember apparently
crashes
Drinker.
this time.
Oh,
it's loading. I'm just saying if it crashes this time, but it loads. But yeah, random film talk. Yeah. So he does that, but he never says it's bad because she's a woman. He's kind of just making like a joke because of obviously all this everything we know about it kind of after the fact. But he's like he's not saying it's bad because Galadriel is a girl boss. He's just he actually explains all the reasons it's bad. A bit like why is she the only elf warrior that can do this on her own and stuff like that. Because here's the thing, I'm not against in theory in Rings of Power, she's still not old, she's still not young. She's like hundreds of years old still. So I'm still like have the same thing as with Legolas, where I'm like, yeah, I'm totally fine with her being ridiculously skilled because blah blah blah. But it's like I don't see why she'd be more so than everyone else. When the others,
you told me you were gonna wear something.
When the others in her group,
folks need heroes, Chief. Give them hope. So smile.
You know, like are like warriors as well, and they've all been on this mission for like 50 years or something insane, wasn't it? A long time anyway. They were away for a decade or so.
Well, it's also like you're trying to convey that this character is strong and everything, but you're making her seem way overpowered. It also kind of puts like a thing. It's like, well, why didn't Legolas and their whole group were able to take them out as quickly as she was?
Yeah, but yeah, it's just weird, and it's also
drawn quite a crowd.
Oh Jesus Christ!
If they came to hear me beg,
That's a face.
Disappointed. Are you?
Torturous.
Yeah, the brutes.
Yeah. This is.
Yeah, but basically, I think like it's one of those where, regardless of you agree with criticism or not, which that fucking video by Hell of Future Me is weird because it's like he agrees with all their criticism of the thing, but then goes, but they're hiding it behind all this stuff, which is the reason for their criticism. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we're lucky to have you back.
It's like the there was the part where like Critical Drinker was saying like you have the men who like are this, and then you have like the beta males, and then he was, but because he was talking about Elrond, and then he was just like,
thank you,
and then Hell of Future Me decided to just focus on the beta males part.
For acts of singular daring.
Well, the thing that because here's the thing, right? I find Critical Drinker stuff. I don't really watch his main channel stuff that much, but I find him more of like he's putting on a character, so he's more.
Look, that grunt is standing on another grunt.
Yeah, I just saw that. But he's more like silly about it, like the Critical Drinker. Let's say, you know, like the character he plays is a character. Like he definitely believes the stuff he says, but he exaggerates the fuck out of it for comedy.
Yeah.
And people are like, how do you have proof of that? And I'm like, well, I watch his podcasts way more than his main channel, and he has like the exact same point, but he explains it way more like in a what do you say, like, level-headedly, you know, rather than his persona of being a drunk asshole, which is basically why it's called the Critical fucking Drinker, you numpties, you know.
Yeah.
It's a character. And here's the thing, and I agree to a way, like I fucking hate when people say this thing is bad because it's woke, because that doesn't mean anything. Like I have a criticism. If you said Rings of Power is bad, and I'd be like, I agree, and they're like, yeah, it's bad because it's woke. I'm like, you haven't said anything. You said it's bad because it's buzzword.
Yeah.
Because woke doesn't mean anything, especially when woke means different things to different fucking people. I'd rather go through, like fucking Random Film Talk does, the actual reasons as to why it's bad.
Admiral Harper, we are engaging the enemy.
Negative, Admiral.
But like the thing that pisses me off, I think, about the Hello Future Me thing and why I've like on the sub, I don't really care about this stuff anymore. Honestly, because of this video, it's that it's fucking hypocritical as shit.
Oh yeah.
Because even though I might find it distasteful or completely disagree, like the Shad's video, I don't agree with that fucking thing that you said. You know, like it's weird. But it's
Going to try to take our Mac guns off.
Hello Future Me said they're dishonest, but like they're not. They wear their biases like on their sleeves, like. He
Defend
literally
this
says, like,
station.
Shad's a Mormon. It's like,
Yes,
yeah, you know that because he's disclosed it, so that's why he
Right.
has his opinions. Like, whether, not a Mormon. I just, fuck, I know I said that, Christian. Is he a Mormon?
He's
Actually?
a Mormon, not a Christian.
Oh, he is. I meant to say Christian, but then, anyway, it doesn't matter. Hang on, I'm just going to turn the volume down on my game because it's loud for some reason.
How's it going, Malta? Stand by.
But,
and relax. Check your targets, watch the crossfire. They're in standard formation. Little bastards up front, big ones in back. Good luck, Cairo.
But, you know, I mean, and Critical Drinkers obviously doesn't like the
Feel
new
the fire on that
left-wing
bulkhead.
agenda, we'll say, and all that jazz, you know.
As soon as that door opens,
And,
have it.
you know, and it's all that, but, like, they're pretty honest about all that shit. Like, I've never once been like,
Target
oh, I didn't know that they were right-wing. Well, not even right-wing, but I didn't know they weren't for the new, the new identity politics and all that stuff. Like, I know that stuff. I mean, I don't really care that much because I care more if something's good or bad than if it's left or right-wing. But like, I find it insane that it's dishonest when they're honest about their biases, we'll say. You know, and then also he says, but then he also says that he's not in it for the politics, but you shouldn't talk to these guys because these guys are reductive because they talk about their politics and that, and that his politics are better. And you're like, oh, but he doesn't mention his politics in his critique. And like that entire fucking last hour of his video was about why the other reviewers are bad because of their politics. And then, not only that, he's like going on about like they're all stuck in their echo chamber and they're not worth talking to. You should talk to other people like in my sphere that want to talk about blah blah blah. You're like, so you're basically saying that don't talk to them. They're in the wrong sphere of gamers. Talk to me and the people I know because we're in the right sphere. Gamers are reviewers. And then they says, but we're in the right sphere, and you're like, what kind of fucking like mental fucking gymnastics is that? When you're like, they're bad because they're in. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? I turned it down to like 10. This game's louder than the first one. But like, what kind? It's incredibly like not self-aware when it's like these guys are bad because they're in an echo chamber. Join me in my echo chamber. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he didn't say that. I'm like, I know he didn't say those words because he's delusional and doesn't realize that's what he's saying. But he literally does say that there are better people to talk to rather than in that sphere of that sphere of people. And it's like, well, regardless of whether or not that's true, why is it up to you to decide who other people fucking talk to? I'll fucking listen to whoever I want. Like, I used to listen to you, Hello Future Me, until you've made me realize that you're an idiot, which has been like the other day. And it's not even against all these YouTubers, because most of them I don't even fucking watch. Like Platoon is someone that I'm subscribed to because Mayo advised me to, but I still not watched a single video yet. It's more like
Little Platoon.
yeah. I've heard it's good. Like Mayo told me it was good, so I've subscribed to him, but I've not actually got around to watching a video yet. I don't really care for Shav's content. He seems like a nice guy, but I don't really care for his videos.
I think the only video I really watched was his Mulan video, and that was about it.
I like Critical Drinker, but like I just said, I care more for his podcast stuff and his reviews because I find his reviews are more like comedy reviews, which although are very funny, if I actually want to learn about something or I'm interested in a topic, I don't really find I get much from his videos. I get a laugh and they're really funny if I fancy one, but if I want to like learn about X product or X thing, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather wait for his podcasting to talk about it, or I've got other YouTubers that I blah blah blah, or I watch it myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I said, I find Critical Drinker, although he usually has a lot of good points,
They're gonna come out right there.
his explanation is it's very much comedy centered, and I find it, and I don't like that he acts like that's inherently a bad thing, and it's like he doesn't seem to understand that it's a comedy thing, and I think it's because his bias is shown because he's like, this is awful because I
he's
disagree with the
obviously heavily
politics.
biased.
Yeah, which again is fine, but he acts like he's not. I mean, that's what pisses me off. He's like, these guys are bad and disingenuous because they're biased. Here are my biases, and you're like, what? I got blowed up. I got stuck with a grenade.
Granadas.
But yeah, I know I'm like repeating myself, but I find I honestly can't believe how not self-aware he is. It's like it's kind of insane. And then I saw a comment that someone, oh, it was one that you said, was it, about the Batman platoon, where somebody says like, you're putting him in this sphere, and he's like, he's gay. Is he gay, or is it he makes a lot of things about being gay in his videos or whatever?
I believe
it doesn't matter.
he is gay.
Okay, but then he just says like, oh well, as I said in my video, they all have different biases. I'm like, well, first of all, you didn't say that because I watched your video.
Well,
Secondly,
he said it like spectrum. I'm like, what the hell is?
yeah, but it's like you didn't actually. That wasn't what you were saying. So you're lying. And then secondly,
What the fuck?
Hey, they're leaving the Athens.
My own guy was shooting me.
might have hit him. If you hit them enough times, they just stop.
No.
basically.
I guess he thought one of the aliens was alive over there, so he started shooting.
Oh, he's shooting like past you, but you were in the middle. But yeah. But then he also in his video lumps them all together while saying that, oh no, they're not all the same, but I'm going to tell you why all these people are bad as each other and the same. And it definitely like smells of backpedaling to me.
Yes.
Of him being called out.
I died. Oh, what? I like spawned right in front of you. No.
So yeah, basically.
God damn it! Not that shit again.
I don't know what. Oh shit! That was what was happening. I don't know how harsh to be, but I would say if I'm being the most charitable to Hello Future Me, if I'm being the most charitable, he's a fucking idiot. Whereas if I'm being harsh and critical, I think he's being disingenuous and quite he's attacking their characters rather than like. If you don't like their points, just explain why their points are bad. And it's quite funny because he's like, oh well, he did that in that video. I'm like, yeah, he did. The 2 times he did